Hey guys, it's Rebecca again. Today's book that I'm going to be reviewing is called Frozen Fire, and it's by a man named Tim Bowler. Bowler? Bowler or Bowler? I'm not really sure. Fun fact, it's a British book. I've never read a young adult novel that's by a British author, so that's a first. You could tell by, they say fun things like, oh, if instead of saying, he called me, oh, he rang me, or are you going to call the police? Oh, are you going to ring the troopers or something? It's really funny. That I just thought that was a little funny. I have made a little leap in becoming more organized in my videos because I scatter and I never know what I'm talking about, and I make a lot of points that don't mesh together. When I was at Borders, I picked up a little fun notebook with a lot of little fun characters. I don't know, but this is going to be my book. After each book I read, I'm going to, make little notes and everything, so it just stays on topic more because I never stay on topic. I can't stay on topic, but hopefully this will help. I have my little notes and everything. People are going to make fun of me. But here's my summary for this book. Basically, there's this girl, and she's 15, and her name's Dusty, and I don't even know if that's a name, maybe in Britain. But anyways, so she gets this phone call late at night on New Year's Eve, and this guy's like, I'm dying. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing. But he's just like, I'm dying. And she's just like, oh, what's up? He's being really mysterious on all that, and he's just kind of saying, like, I just want someone to talk to. And she's like, how'd you get my number? Because he calls her on our home phone. And he's like, I just made up a number and I dialed it. And she's like, oh, okay, cool. So he's being very mysterious, and she keeps thinking, like, should I hang up? Should I hang up? And she ends up being on the phone with him for 15 minutes. Long talk, right? He's like, I've overdosed. I'm drinking alcohol and all this. And she doesn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to do. Especially, I'm almost 18 now, and if I got that phone call when I was 15, I'd be freaking out. And then he starts saying things her brother used to say to her, and her brother ran away like 2 years ago, and big thing with her brother. So they haven't even heard from her brother in like those 2 years. Or is it 3? I don't really know. I'm going to go by my events. This is my first video with my notebook, so I'm going to just try to work it out this way too. So New Year's Eve, Dusty gets a phone call from a stranger. He says creepy things, i.e. I'm dying. And then she goes outside and she's like, I'm going to try to find this kid, because when she was on the phone with him, she heard the swings in the playground in the background, so she's like, I'll check there first. So she's on her way to go find this boy. And all of a sudden, like, she just keeps walking, and then she starts getting chased by this old man and his sons. Like, they want to kill her, I guess, because the boy must have been a criminal or something. So he is causing all this problems and has enemies, I guess. So these people are, like, chasing her and pin her down and starts, like, beating the crap out of her. I mean, what? Anyways, after they leave her alone, and like kind of a warning, like, if you know where the boy is, tell us, or else we're gonna beat you up some more. It's like an old man and his 2 sons who are like 20. What the hell, man? Obviously, jeez. That part of the book, I was just like, that's just not right. You can't write about something like that. So then the next day happens, and she meets up with her friends at the cafe or whatever they hang out. So more people are talking about this boy, but they're more saying that he's a figure instead of a boy. They say he's like white as snow, and he's really creepy, and they can't tell if it's a boy or a girl because he looks like a boy, but he still has feminine qualities. Odd. Most of the novel is just like finding out about what he is. Anyways, and like odd things about him. So she keeps on hearing odd things and everything, but the boy keeps on contacting her because obviously he didn't die. Like that night he said, I'm dying. Lie. He keeps trying to contact her and says like weird things like, I know what you're thinking. He answers her thoughts like as she's thinking them over the phone. And just says all these weird things like, don't follow me, I'm weird. No shit. And he's like, I don't remember anything. I have no memory of who I am or what I've done. I just know I've done bad things, but I can't remember. So here, either it's going to be very general. I won't reveal that many spoilers, but it will be spoiler zone and my thoughts and details of this book. If you think this book is too weird for you and you want to learn out more, then you can say again and find out some events. At the very end, I'm going to say my thoughts. Just leave if you haven't read the book. Just go on with your life. So, turns out this boy is like made of light, and he's an alien, and he raped a girl. what the police think. That's like what you're reading, and he's like, oh yeah, he's a ghost rapist made of light. What the hell? What is this book? What is it even about? And then Dusty starts turning into like a ghost thing, and it's just really weird. I guess it's science fiction, but I'm okay with science fiction, but it doesn't. Oh, this book was just weird. And then the ending. I'm sorry if this review is really wishy-washy, but it's a weird book. It's weird. So the ending, if you guys ever already read this book, and if you haven't, I don't know, I'm gonna tell you anyways. So this ending is like nothing. All these events play out and everything of her. The whole book is just one big like letdown because it's the same thing over and over, and the author way too over details everything in the book. There's not that many occurrences. They're just people talking about this boy and want to kill this boy, all these things, and hunt them down. And it turns out the boy didn't even rape the girls. It was Dusty's brother that raped them. So this boy he disappears in a lake or something, and then Dusty thinks she's turning into one of these ghost things, and then she wakes up and says, I want to go home, and she goes home. There's absolutely no ending. And this book isn't a series. I'm pretty sure it's not a series because it was published 4 years ago, and there hasn't been a new book unless they only sell it in the UK. But it makes no sense. I don't know what the moral of the story is either. Don't like answer your phone on New Year's Eve. No point. So here are like some of the details I found discussion worthy of this book. Her mom and her dad split like when Josh left. But her dad is like a 4-year-old. He's completely emotional, and he's not good to rely on and all that. I don't even know. It just makes no sense to me. This book makes no sense. The only things I found like okay, it took me ages. I'm talking British. It took me ages to read this book because I just didn't want to finish it. I was just like, I can't read this book. It makes no sense. I don't know what it's about. I don't know what's going. What are they even talking about? What's the moral of the story? So far, what I know is that the British book equals an American fail. Like, it might fly in the UK, but it just fails over here. Yeah, and the author never explained what or who this boy is. Like, the whole boy is just like, oh, I'm something, and I don't know what I am, but I don't know if I'm a boy. It doesn't even have like reproductive organs either. He never explained it, and there's too many plot holes. Nothing is ever answered. Whenever you think something needs to be answered, and it's that time to answer a question, 4 more other pointless things are introduced that never get resolved. Nothing ever gets resolved in this book. The characters are questionable. None of the characters do anything worthy of having their story told. And this book is just like WTF. Like, all in all, I give this book 2 stars. What is this? I hope that was helpful. I'm sorry if this book review is negative and you are one of the people that have read this book, have heard of it, and even like it. God forbid this book was ever made into a movie. Maybe you could make a kick-ass TV show if they did what they did with Vampire Diaries and like rework the plot and rework events. I just want to know what this thing is. Like, what is it? And the cover says, right here, it says, he's not of our world. Okay, but you never said where he's from. I don't know. I don't know. Bring me on my mobile. The book's British. So, that was my review. Adios. Leave your comments or questions or random facts in the place where you comment section. Okay, bye.